Okay, so can you read that email that we got?
Okay. So it says, "Hey guys, I don't know what I should do. Maybe you could help me. I have been married to my husband now for 6 years. Everything is fine in my marriage, but recently we hired this guy at my job, and he seems like a nice guy
I
and
know where that's
everything."
going. I know where that. She said, we hired a dude at the job, you guys.
And
I know where this is going.
And he seems like a nice guy and everything. We haven't really talked much other than what pertains to work. I would like to think of myself as not being attracted to other guys since I'm married and all.
This is so easy.
But-
This is so easy. Keep going. This is so easy.
But something strange happened to me the other night when I was being intimate with my husband. I found myself fantasizing about that guy when having sex with my husband. We were working on a project at work.
Oh my
and he was
God.
sitting next to me and he smelled so good
Oh
that I
my
couldn't
God.
remove the memory of his scent out of my head.
Oh, that's terrible.
Boy, did he smell good.
Damn.
Just the other day, he had asked me if I wanted to go across the street from our work for lunch.
So he's hitting on the bitch?
I hesitated.
I mean, he's wanting to go across the street, so he's trying to make it personal. You know what I'm saying? This dude. But I have questions. I want to know, does he know she's married and stuff like, is he just trying to be friendly? But you don't try to be friendly and try to go across the street for lunch with a
it's not
bitch.
so random. They're working on a project together.
I know, but still, you're not going to eat lunch and talk about the project, are you? Probably not.
Well,
I doubt.
you're right. No,
I
you're
doubt
right.
it. I doubt it. Anyways, cherry on.
I hesitated and then I said no. But I'm mad at myself for saying no because I really wanted to go. But I knew it was the right thing saying no. Now I find myself, when I'm around my husband, constantly thinking about this other guy. We're doing a project at work, so we had to exchange numbers. He texted me something that pertained to the project, so I texted him back. And I find myself in the bathroom with the door shut, hoping he would text me back about anything, constantly checking my phone. Do I have a problem here? Is thinking about another man cheating on my husband? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And if so, how should I handle this? Thanks, Julie.
What's her name?
Julie?
Oh my God. Shit. She has. Where do I start with this? Like, fuck. Like, I think that this is so common. You know what I mean? Like, it's so common. She's married to her husband. You said 6 years?
Mm-hmm.
So, and she said she's happily married?
Yeah, she says she has no problems.
Okay, so she's just bored. She sees some new dick. You know, like she sees a guy that she thinks, that she's attracted to, and she's just bored in her marriage. And this shit happens all the time. Guys cheat, women cheat at their job. Most people that have affairs, that's where they get their affair from, people that they work with.
Just out of convenience. Though.
Right, it's convenient. But on so many, she said, what did she say? How do I get out of this?
Yeah, she said, what should I do? Do I have a problem?
She has a problem if she lets it be a problem. You could think that he's a good-looking guy and he smells good, and then you just leave it at that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to make it into more than it is. Like, it's only a problem if she makes it a problem.
Honey, but she's saying she can't help herself. Like, she's constantly checking her phone. She's hoping he would text her back.
She's just digging unfamiliarity. Like, she's digging the newness of it. Like, she's making these she's having these thoughts of these fantasies of this guy, but she has to leave it at that. Here's the thing. Just because she has a fantasy of this dude, and you said she was banging her husband and thinking about the dude,
mm-hmm.
That's major. But here's the thing. She could still leave it at that. Like, it's not, I mean, is it cheating? Sure. But I just think she's bored. That's what I think. I think that a lot of people are like that. A lot of people, I would love to, I got buddies that have told me that they've thought about other bitches when they're fucking their wife. You know what I mean? Like, sure, they're not going to tell their wife that, but I have homeboys that told me that, hey, I'm thinking about this other chick when I'm banging my wife. Not because they don't love their wife, they're just tired of fucking her.
I think cheating is when you can't do something that you would do, in front of your man. Like, if you can't do something in front of your man, that's cheating to me.
No, I get it. So if you're doing something with somebody else and your man's not present,
yeah, like you
that you wouldn't
do the same
do
thing
if he was there,
standing right there.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I think that's
cheating.
That's cheating too. But the question is, she's saying, how do I get out of this? How do I fix this? I don't think she can really fix her desire for him. But I think that you don't always, we all in life have desires. Like we all have, that we don't, just because you have a desire don't mean you have to act on it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I think it's easily fixable. For the most part, most people have flaws. I mean, some more than others, but most people, everyone carries flaws. So all she has to do is just really get to know him more, and she'll see all his flaws. And in most cases, the grass is really not greener on the other side.
You know, we all like, remember when I told you that, you know, you like someone the most when you know the least about them.
Yeah.
That's when you like someone the most, when you know the least about them.
Yeah, I find myself doing that all the time. Like when I first meet somebody and I know nothing about them, so of course I'm giving them like the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, oh wow, you know, this, like how they're representing themselves I see, and I don't know much about them, and so
it's natural to think higher of them.
Yeah, I give them a good image. Like they start off with a good image.
Most
and then the
people
more
do. I think most people do.
The more I know about them, their flaws start coming out.
Remember how I said, like, the more
she just needs to give it time.
I don't think that she needs to get to know him though either. I disagree with you. I don't think that. Why do all that? Why not just kind of keep her distance and let it be? Stay professional. If it pertains to work, be just that. Let it be to where it just pertains to work. Your fantasy, you baby girl, you're just gonna have to keep that in your own mind, because and just not act on your fantasy. But I think that men and women are lying to themselves if they don't find someone outside of their marriage attractive. Like it's natural to be attracted to other people. Whether or not you act on it is a whole other story. Mm-hmm. So I just think that, you know, that's a little much though, fantasizing about the dude when she's, you know, having sex with her husband. But I just think it's the newness, and she doesn't know anything about the guy, and
that's what I'm saying. Like
she just wants to fuck something else, you know. Like
he could have 5 kids for all she knows. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like not get to know him on a level to where, I don't know, she's going on dates with him or something, but just knowing things about him will, I'm sure, turn her off from him.
Well, I definitely think that, you know, the more you know about someone, the less you like them.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. Like if you see a chick and, you know, she's hot, but you don't know shit about her, you don't know she has fucked up credit, you don't know.
Or you might go back to her place and her place is filthy.
Yeah.
Like that. Those are all things, you know, that's gross.
Yeah, so I mean, I just think that the more you know about someone, the less you like them. But I just think that just keep, you know, how you feel about this guy in you know, personal, to yourself. Keep your thoughts to yourself, and don't go around telling people, and just let it be just that. And that's how you act on this. You said you have a good marriage. Do not ruin your marriage, girl, for some new dick. Like I'm telling you, like, and the thing is that you don't know, this guy might be a fuckboy. So there's too many times I've heard of people leaving their husband or their wife for some new pussy or some new dick, and then 3 months later that guy tells the girl, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Right, because it's old.
Yeah, so
sex has gotten old.
I think that the guy can't respect her. Anytime you could bang a married bitch, you can't, there'll always be that part of you that can't respect her because she gave up the pussy to you, and she's a married woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that just let the fantasy be just that. You just let it just be a fantasy, because let me tell you something, baby girl. The fantasy of somebody is always better than the reality of them. Always. I'm yet to meet a woman that, no offense, I'm yet to meet a woman that the fantasy of her wasn't greater than the reality of her.
Well, because you build up your perfect image of that person in your head. Like, right. You build them up. So all of your preferences and all of, you know, what you like, you're able to create this image of this person in your head. But there's never that person doesn't exist.
I think your fantasy is perfect. That's why it's a fantasy. Yeah. And so, you know, I just think that you should let that be. And there's so many more cons with this than pros. Trust me. Like, you guys work together. You don't want to start no shit up at your job. And you have a husband who loves you. And I'm sure you love him. I think, baby, you're just bored and in a rut. And, you know, that happens in marriage. Like, you know, you're going to be bored and in a rut, you know. You know, if I ever feel that way, I look at how many dudes look at my wife, you know, and like we go places and dudes are drooling over my wife. And so, I just look at her the same way. I'm like, oh damn, all these dudes are drooling over my wife. I know she's hot. I'm just used to her. I get her all the time. I see her every day, every morning, every night. You know what I mean? So, you always value something that you don't know, like
right,
that,
because that becomes your norm now.
Right. No, I'm like the hot chick becomes your norm. Like if your wife is hot, she becomes your norm. You know what I mean? So, but to the next guy who's never had the girl before, you know what I mean?
So right. So for Julie, her stability in her marriage, her good marriage, her good stable marriage,
much more
has
solid,
just become the norm.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of, lose being grateful for that.
I think that she finds herself bored. You know what I mean? And so she wants that excitement again. But that's not reality. You're not. No matter who you get with in life, it's not always you're gonna have times that I don't like the word boring. I don't like that word bored. I think if you're bored, you lack creativity. Like you're not creative. I just think that you just get comfortable. I like that word much more than boring. Like when you say, oh, my wife is boring or my husband is boring, what that means is you guys are lacking creativity. You're not creative. You can't think of things to go do and, keep things, I wouldn't say new because, you've been together a long time. It doesn't say new, but just keep things fun. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Stimulating.
So I think that don't act on your actions and just let it be. And eventually I think your crush and your desires will eventually fade. So I hope you got your answer. And you guys leave a comment down below and let us know.
Help Julie out.
Yeah, and help Julie out, and maybe you guys might have some, good opinions on this. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and you guys join the team. We are out.